Hey guys, I mentioned that I had a set of headphones that I was using on a mic that I purchased recently. I was doing a test review on the mic. It's a Comica mic. You can see that in another video that I have on my channel. But I wanted to go through a little bit of a review on the headphones themselves. It's the headphones that I have on right now. I believe Third Ernest was doing a video and he talked about some of the he was looking for a pair of headphones. He was switching up how he was doing his audio recording for his reviews. He reviews a lot of NF videos that I watch, along with another guy that does reviews called Knox Hill. So after watching a video that Third Ernest said he was picking up a pair of headphones, I looked up the headphones that he was grabbing, and I wasn't purchasing the headphones for myself. I was actually purchasing them for my kids to be able to use when they're playing on their keyboard, so that everybody in the house doesn't have to listen to the music at the time unless we want to, which we do. So, we hang out as a family a lot, but sometimes it's nice if you're busy with something else or reading, if somebody's playing on the keyboard, then they can just plug the headphones in. Now on our keyboard, the headphone is a quarter jack. It's a quarter to the 3.5, so you have to get the adapter if you're going to put a pair of headphones into it. But these headphones, the one that I'm wearing now, these are the ones that I picked out, and they come with the adapter on them. It's a really inexpensive pair of headphones, but actually had really good reviews. And when I typed in the search for the headphones that Third Ernest picked up, these headphones actually came up as a cheaper versus kind of version on one of my searches. So I bought these. A friend of mine saw that I had these headphones and said, "Oh man, you're really like coming up because you've got this brand." So he knew about this brand. I'm actually listening to the audio right now as I'm recording, but I'm going to take these off just so that I can show you the brand. So this is Behringer is the name of the brand, and the model on these is the HPX2000. The top headband on these is really comfortable. These are not complete noise canceling. I can still hear, when I have these on, I can still hear outside noises, not perfectly. They're definitely muffled, but these are not completely ear canceling. I think it's just that the depth of the padding on these is not enough. The whole space is not enough to completely put your ear inside. But if this padding was just a little bit more thick, then I think a little bit deeper, then I think that would probably completely cancel out. But both sides swivel. It's marked left and right. I always wonder sometimes why they're marked left and right. If you know that, why they're marked left and right, post it in the comments. Something about the way that it's recorded, the way that music's recorded, it has something to do with how we hear sound on the left and right, if it's broken out into channels, I guess. Most music seems to me like it's centered, so I don't know. I've heard some songs where they go left to right, so that would make sense. I wouldn't want something that's supposed to be on the left on my right and vice versa, but these are really strong headphones. They adjust to bigger or smaller heads, and they also fold up, so you can put these things up, and they take, it's a smaller form factor, but you can put these things up. They fold up pretty small, and you can put them out of the way when they're not in use. But for the most part, they have good sound. I can hear highs and lows really well with these. Good bass tone and good high. I would say that the bass is not super deep. You're gonna lose the bass, I don't know, somewhere under 40 decibel or so. I'm not a bass mechanic, but maybe 45. I'm familiar with some bass. I used to tinker around in college and used to go to decibel drags at the car shows and stuff and build custom speaker boxes and all that kind of stuff. But it's been a while, so I'm a little out of touch with that stuff. But the highs on these are clear, and it's got great mid-range all the way through. So I think that these are worth it. I'm going to unplug the end on this from the actual mic that I'm listening to this right now, so you might hear a little bit of a clunk noise. But the interesting thing about these is most of the time when you have this little 3.5 millimeter jack, the adapter slides over it, and what ends up happening is between these two, they end up wearing out. When this cable's moved around, I actually bought these because my kids had jerked on this so many times, it actually ruined the inside of the adapter, and it broke the space between the pins. The space between. So this one, the housing on the 3.5 is actually, you actually can screw this adapter onto the top of it, so the whole thing is solid all the way across, and you're not going to actually break that. So I think that that's a good selling point that I wanted to point out. Everything's, you know, solid metal. It's really strong. The jack fits well in and out of the back of the keyboard. You could use this if you were doing some audio recording and needed to plug it into a receiver. If you had a receiver that has the larger 1/4 inch jack in the front of the receiver, which I know our receiver does, but I've never used it for that reason. So I think that these are a good fit. I think that they're a good purchase. I think that they're cheap enough. They're inexpensive enough. I don't want to call them cheap, but they are inexpensive enough. Plenty of cable here. This is probably 6 or 8 feet or so, which I like, because what ends up happening with little kids is they walk away from the keyboard and forget that they have the headphones on, which is why this jack originally got broken in the first place. So I think that these headphones are worth the price you pay, so that if your kids are using them, if they drop them, if they break them, it's not going to hurt the bank. But if I was going to go and buy something for myself to use more for this channel, I probably wouldn't use these, just because it doesn't have the noise canceling factor. I might even look back into whatever the brand was that I heard that Third Ernest had purchased in one of his videos. So if you are looking for these, just look in the description. I'll post the link. I've got these on Amazon. I'll post the Amazon part number so you can find them really easily. I'll post the price in the video or in the description as well. So if you're looking for a pair of headphones that are inexpensive that you can use for something that you don't need to spend a ton of money on, I think that these are a good buy. So like the video, share the video, comment. Make sure to comment. If I ask questions in the video, it's because I'm actually trying to learn something from understanding some of these things. So if you understand things better, or even have a link to show me where somebody else has explained this that knows more than I do about this, which they would, because I'm just starting. But I appreciate the comments and the likes, and if you're interested in hearing more about this kind of stuff, just subscribe, and whenever I post a new video, then you'll get an update on that. So thanks for all the help with the YouTube channel so far, and I'll stop with that and move on to the next review.